Hello, 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 and welcome to the Be a Brilliant Human podcast with me, Joel Young. And welcome to part 4 of Secrets to Rocking Your 2020 Intentions so they actually have an impact and get you what you want. Now, over the last 3 episodes of this free training series, I've been sharing my 3-part manifesting system that provides the missing pieces that had your intentions and goal setting efforts reaping, well, let's say less than optimum results, or even falling flat. And I've laid out for you what you need to have in place in order to allow the juice to come into your intentions so they truly have an impact and get you what you want. Now, I said back in part 1 that I'd be making you an offer to join me in getting some powerful support in putting this all into action, and that I'd let you know when the offer is coming ahead of time so that you can decide if you'd like to listen to what's available to you. Well, today's the day. You get to decide if you want to implement everything I've been sharing with you and if you'd like my help. So let me ask you this. What if there were a simple step-by-step process whereby you could put all of these pieces into place and they were strategically laid out so that they each build one on top of the other? And what if there's a way you could actually experience that with the help of an expert coach, that's me, so you could truly, really embody the alignment and wholeness that will have you rocking your 2020 visions and intentions. So you could really feel a new level of manifesting power and the stuff finally starts showing up. And what if, once learned, you could apply this step-by-step process, not just in 2020, but in future years for the rest of your life? And what if it wasn't limited to that annual turn of year peak period for intention setting, and you could apply it to any time frame, be that a week, a month, a season, or a lead up to some event, maybe like a wedding or a house move, or an event in your business, like a product launch or a sales cycle, or that big meeting that could mean everything to your business? And what if by learning, practicing, and implementing this approach, you could radically transform your manifesting power? So you become the person that people envy. And you probably start hearing things like, well, it's all right for you. Things just come easy. Hashtag nice problems to have, right? And as you watch the aligned stuff show up after you've implemented this approach, you would naturally grow a great sense of confidence and clarity and start to feel the joy of watching the magic happen without you needing to force it or put in much effort at all. Now, if that was available, would you want to know about it? Well, I've got it, and I'm making it available to you for a limited time. So if your answer to that question is yes, then stick around. We'll play the intro, and then we'll get right into it.
Welcome to the Be a Brilliant Human podcast. You're in the right place if you're a growth-seeking being who acknowledges the challenges and delights of your humanity on the path to an ever more conscious life. If you want to feel inspired to love and accept yourself, to feel free to be and express you in all your brilliance, if you want to truly value yourself and others and feel energized and alive both at home and in the world, then sit back and take a breath as you explore and grow the brilliance of your beautiful human self with your host, the father of non-personal awareness and creator of the MPA process, Joel Young.
Well, thank you very much for staying with me. And that tells me that you're ready to take action and up-level your manifesting power for your 2020 visioning and beyond. I'm actually really delighted that so many people have been following this series, and it's given me the highest listening numbers on my podcast since it started. So I know that this is a topic that's on people's minds and a topic that people struggle with. I actually did a survey a while back, which went out to sort of the thousands of people on my mailing list. And this was a topic where people felt frustrated and they wanted help. So that's one of the many reasons I decided to release this training now. Now, if you didn't hear parts 1 to 3, well, that's okay. Stick around. I'll be reviewing the themes as I share this offer with you. And all those free trainings, of course, will be available and easy to access in the portal as soon as you register. And of course, they're available on this podcast. And just in case someone has shared this with you and we haven't met yet, then let me give you a potted history of me, so you know that I've been around the block, and I kind of know what I'm talking about. So hi, my name's Joel Young. Raise my hand like in a circle. So I've been helping people heal and transform their lives for 30 years now, and 25 of those professionally. The first 12 of those 25 years, I mostly worked with someone called Brandon Bays and her very highly regarded journey method. And that works with deep emotion and the body's cellular memory to get to the core of an issue and resolve it. Now, I had great success and specialized in abuse and trauma for many years using that method. And Brandon actually said of me very kindly that I was, quote, the best therapist in the Northern Hemisphere and a living expression of grace. Thank you very much, Brandon. So I guess I earned that accolade because for many years at her events, I'd be the trainer who could help the, again, quotes, impossible cases. Now, at the time, I guess I felt I was just lucky. I just had a knack. It's only really in the last 10 years or so that I've broken down what that knack is so it can become teachable to others. And I ended up teaching the journey method around the world and was actually the first to bring the seminars to some amazing countries like Estonia and Israel. And, in those 12 years, I also studied with some amazing people like Byron Katie and Richard Bandler and Paul McKenna. You can Google them if you don't know who they are. And I discovered also the essence of shamanism in the sacred training grounds of Colorado. I set up the Inner Journey Clinic on Harley Street in London with some fellow practitioners, and I had my practice there for many, many years. I also became a board member for the Evolutionary Business Council, which is an organization of transformational leaders sort of working collaboratively to support each other as we bring consciousness to the planet. And also in that time, I ran my own seminars on various topics, including manifesting. And that all shifted 13 years ago when the MPA process and the philosophies of non-personal awareness were, as I like to say, born through me in 2007. In a sense, it was like the embodiment of that knack. It gave me a very practical and very magical way to put wholeness and our humanity at the center of all that I share. And I started teaching it in 2009, and it spread very fast. And I trained some other people to teach it in 2012. And, this is, in the offering that I'll be showing you today, it's very much comes on the back of all that experience. So the skills of facilitation, and, Samantha Nolan-Smith, who's a good friend of mine and famous for the School of Visibility, amazing woman. Again, check her out if you don't know her. What she said is Joel is an amazing teacher who has the ability to explain vast and extraordinary truths in a way which is both easy to understand and to apply in life. And it's that application in life that's really key here. So, but when I think about the power of sort of embodying alignment and wholeness and how that makes manifesting so effortless, even without necessarily believing in it, I often think of a client I used these principles with when I was teaching in the Bahamas. So he came to me as a private client, or as he put it, he was sent to me by his girlfriend to sort his shit out. Now, although he was living and working in the Bahamas, he's this big Australian guy, and he really had no truck with any of this namby-pamby therapy stuff. In other words, he was naturally resistant and disbelieving. So I thought, well, I'll just tell him a bit about what I do, how I work. And suddenly something dawned on him because he sat up and he said in his, and I'm going to try this Australian accent, "Can it help me with my business?" So it turns out he's got like a tricky work situation. He's got very strong intention, and yet everything feels logjam. There's no movement, and there's resistance from every front. So he was in high finance, and he'd seen an opportunity to expand into one of the North African countries. The trouble was, it meant engaging with politics and politicians there. Now, he hadn't made any headway with them, and his own company were being downright unsupportive. So we worked together to find a statement in wholeness that he could take away and use in conjunction with the MPA process over the next 30 days. Now, although the statement felt great to him, he still was hugely skeptical, but he committed to the practice from the perspective of, what have I got to lose? And as he left the session, I'll never forget this, he left with what can only be described as the, "I can't believe I gave you money" look on his face. Okay, so 30 days later, I give him a call. I'm curious. and to be honest, a little bit trepidatious about what I might hear from him. But I needn't have worried because he was hugely excited. And he said to me, again, I'm trying that accent, "Geez, Joel, this thing is freaking priceless. I've no idea how it works, but you're not going to believe what's happened." Well, he went on to describe like a moment where the penny dropped and everything changed. As this straight talking, no bullshit Australian, he'd been at a loss with the politicians. But in that moment, as he put it, suddenly I realized that what they were saying wasn't what they were saying, and what they didn't think, so I missed the quote there, and they didn't think that what I was saying was what I was saying. So really, it was like his ears and brains had basically downloaded a new translation program so he could speak fluent politician. And suddenly the doors opened and things began to move. And not only that, he told me that for no apparent reason, pretty soon after our session, his company got on board and everything lined up and the deal was made. And he didn't give me exact figures, but he made it pretty clear it was worth somewhere in the hundreds of millions. So I love that story, not only because it's a great example of how when you get your intentions aligned in wholeness, magic happens effortlessly, but also that your belief is not required. Now, obviously, #disclaimer, I'm not saying that this program guarantees you'll manifest hundreds of millions of dollars. But hey, let's not close that door down, shall we? Let's keep the option open. So I'm not saying it definitely won't either. Now, you're probably chomping at the bit to know how you can experience your intentions aligned in wholeness with the right energy, you focused in wholeness, and the 2020 timeframe ripe and ready to deliver you the goodies. Well, ta-da! The clue's in the title. I've called this program the 2020 Vision Accelerator. But a quick heads up before I tell you more about it, because this program is interactive, so there's an optional live element. So registration will only open for a very short time. And in fact, it'll only open until 7 p.m. UK time on Saturday. So if you get that hit to say, yes, I'm in, make sure you act on it and register right away so you get your place before the cart closes. Alrighty then. So the 2020 Vision Accelerator gives you the processes and the training to enable you to put everything into place so you can get your 2020 intentions aligned in wholeness and watch the magic happen. So it's going to help you end the frustration of your manifestation efforts having little or no real results, because while you know that's possible with what you've tried already, chances are so far they really haven't been that successful, or at least not come easy. But that'll change once you've got things all lined up and operating from wholeness. And even if you've had success with your current approach, if you're still here, I bet you're onto it. It's like, an opportunity to up level when you see it, right? And while I've been talking about the 3-part system, I haven't really focused that much on what those results might look like for you. And it's important to think about that. I mean, no doubt there's a joy of feeling aligned and in wholeness, which, will take you way beyond the initial idea of manifesting, can shift your entire sense of self. A more aligned you is a more empowered you. But what is success in manifestation? What is results to you? Well, more than likely, it looks like the stuff showing up, right? And what is that stuff? Well, maybe it looks like greater abundance to you, which gives you more choices, more comfort. I mean, heck, imagine if you could just totally relax about the whole money thing. Or maybe it's the relationship stuff. The stuff is a relationship. So that perfect guy or gal swans into your life so you can embark on that relational journey. Aha, but hang on. Now, if you're using your 2020 Vision Accelerator skills, then you're going to be attracting that person from a place of wholeness and alignment. So chances are that the person that shows up is going to be more aligned with you than you've ever experienced before. Now, wouldn't that be a different kind of relationship adventure? And the same goes if the stuff to you looks like a job or a career shift. When you're working from alignment and wholeness, what comes your way just fits so much better because you've ironed out the wrinkles at the start. And maybe your goals are more around health. Well, again, in my 25 years of healing and transformation work professionally, time and again, I see the physical shifts come on the back of alignment and wholeness. The body just gets it. Okay, so first off, when you join the 2020 Vision Accelerator, you get instant access to the owners only portal. That's the site where all the resources, trainings, and bonuses are housed and accessed. And you can get in there on any device, by the way. You just, as long as you set your password, you're good to go. And if you've already bought a program from me, then as long as you use the same email when you purchase, your existing password will work for all the programs you've bought from me. Yay for simplicity when it comes to password. So in the portal, you'll see that I've broken up this training into individual training modules, where I'll walk you through all the steps to get you aligned and in wholeness. So like my big Australian fella, you can commit to the practice and tell me yourself, geez, Joel, this stuff is freaking priceless. And after the program's over, you'll still have access. So you'll be able to go back over the material at your leisure. And you'll find that the ability to review the material as often as you like at your own convenience is simply priceless. And when you register, you'll also get your ticket to the live online class, which is happening this Sunday. Now, attending the live class isn't essential, and I decided not to make access to the program conditional on attending the live day, because it may be that there are genuine reasons why you can't be there at that time on that day, but you can still follow along when you can inside the portal and get all the benefits of the course. I wanted to make that a possibility. But I must say, I am going to encourage you to do your utmost to be there. I know it can be tricky with time zones and those kind of things, but I remember like a previous online live course I ran over 4 days. So in spite of it being like 4 a.m. in her time, there was a lady from New Zealand, and she still made it there every day. So, and attending this class, it gives you access to my personal support and that of others, so you can really nail the nuances and get the best possible focus. And it's a highly experiential day where you'll be, working with others as you undergo the implementation and really up-level your intentional power. Plus, on the day, your questions and any potential challenges you might come across is going to deepen the training for everyone, and probably in ways that I might not think of if I'm just going off and making it on my own. So the recordings from the live day will go into the portal and become the core training that you can review again and again. So if you can't make the day, then you'll have access to those a couple of days after the event. Now, the day is designed so that all those steps are strategically laid out so they build one on top of the other. It's a bit like unlocking one of those combination locks. Each number opens the next tumbler, and tumbler 2, for example, won't respond until tumbler 1 is unlocked. Now, that's really important to understand as you consider the benefits of registering, because you getting that order will save you a lot of guesswork and a lot of experimentation. Because the step-by-step process is based around MPA, and we'll be starting a class with a review of the MPA process, and kind of a mini masterclass, which is going to highlight some aspects that are particularly relevant to finding your aligned statement in wholeness. And that, in essence, is what you're going to take away and work with. The statement allows you to activate and embody the full system, just like our big Australian friend who used it to make the seemingly impossible possible. So the step-by-step process to get you there is what we'll be going through for the rest of the day. And as you know from the training I've already given you, that's going to involve getting you lined up with the right energy source, making sure that the energy of 2020 is ripe and ready to manifest the stuff, and that your relationship with it is pristine. And of course, lining up the 3 aspects of you: personality, soul, and being, so you become a super focused lens for the energy that creates worlds. So the 2020 Vision Accelerator also gives you access to the easy walkthrough sheets that I prepared, which guide you through all the processes. And these downloadable sheets walk you through the process and make it super easy to come into full alignment with your 2020 intentions. So I'll release these throughout the live day, and they'll be downloadable from within the portal. They're PDFs, so you can easily print them off, which I highly recommend, or you can view them on your screen. The bottom line is that we're going to cover a lot of ground over the course of the day, and you're going to come out the other end fully aligned with your 2020 vision in wholeness. That means all of you united and powerful. So as you turn your attention to what you'd like to experience this year, you'll be able to feel through that deep connectedness that your intentions have real oomph. So that in itself is going to get the job done and then some. So by now, you're probably wondering how much the 2020 Vision Accelerator costs. Well, before I tell you that, I thought long and hard about how I could make this offer even better. I asked myself, how can I support you to train in the practice after the day and after you first go through the modules, if you don't go to the day? And how can I support you if you're new to MPA or it's been a while since you've used it, and make sure that I've got you covered so that you can confidently step into the 2020 Vision Accelerator knowing that you've got that handled? And how can I make it super easy for you to apply this step-by-step process on your own and make it applicable to any time frame? And so to the answer to those 4 questions, I've added not 2, not 3, but actually 4 very cool bonuses. So start off to support you and help you train in the practice after the day or after you first go through those modules. Bonus 1 is access to the 2020 Vision Accelerator private Facebook group. Now, this group will give you an extra 30 days access to my support and the support of those sharing the journey. Now, when you think about it, this bonus, it's a bit like making it a 4-week coaching course. And I know those things sell regularly for in excess of £500. And while it's not structured as a 4-week course, this bonus does provide a place over the period of time to connect with others who are sharing the journey and where you can get your questions answered, your wins witnessed, and be held accountable to really bring this shift into your life. And you can join the group as soon as you register. Now, if you're new to MPN or it's been a while, then bonus 2 is going to be perfect for you. When you register, you'll get immediate access to the MPA Quick Start mini course right there in the 2020 Vision Accelerator portal. This mini course is actually a small part of a bigger course that sells on my website for £197, and it will give you the essentials from scratch or as a refresher for doing the MPA process work that you'll get to do in the Vision Accelerator training. But to really help you step confidently in this program, regardless of your MPA experience, I've added an extra support with bonus number 3, which is 2 advanced MPA lessons, which again I've put right there in the portal so you can get access to them immediately once you register. Now, I've got to tell you, you'll actually be the first to get access to these 2 lessons because they're taken from the as yet unreleased MPA Advanced Training Program. So this is actually really exclusive content. So the lessons I've chosen are deep dives on the multiple perspectives model and the agendaless approach, which are both topics that will help you in your Vision Accelerator process. Now, if you were to get bonus 2 and 3 for, say, £97, then you'd be getting a bargain. But don't worry, of course, they're bonuses, so they're yours absolutely free when you register. Which brings us to bonus 4, which answers my question, how can I make it super easy for you to apply this step-by-step process on your own and make it applicable to any time frame? So I've created a separate version of all your 2020 Vision Accelerator worksheets, and I've given them the snazzy title of Any Time Frame Sheets. So these downloadable PDFs will give you those easy steps to use the system again and again for all sorts of intentions and all sorts of timeframes, not just 2020. It's a bit like having sort of superpowered intentionality in your pocket for life. And if you think about it, these in themselves pack a transformational punch, even with nothing else. If there was nothing else in the course, these would be amazing. So again, if I was to put a value of £97 on them, it would feel like an absolute gift. And that brings us to the final big surprise, the last piece of the puzzle that makes this a complete no-brainer. And this is it. So as an extra bonus, you'll also get a follow-up call live with me. Now, this will be especially valuable if you can't make the live day, as it'll give you a chance to go through the content and then bring your experience to the group. And let's face it, while of course there's going to be opportunities for Q&A in the Facebook group, nothing beats in-person live Q&A on a call where we can hear and see each other all at the same time. So this bonus call, which is an extra hour of my in-person time with me, to book that on my site will cost you £297, but it will give you the space for all that additional support and insight and to get any questions asked. So if you add up the value of just the bonuses, you're already just shy of £900. And if you think in terms of what it would cost you to have one-on-one time with me, the live online day, if you take away an hour for lunch, runs to 6 hours of my time. And if you bought that as a block, it would cost you £1,100. So right now you're looking at a value of £2,000. But when you register for the 2020 Vision Accelerator, you'll pay just £247. And if you don't want to pay that all in one go, I know January can be a bit squeaky on the cash flow, then you can pay in 3 installments of just £88. And whichever of those ways of paying you choose, there's literally no risk to you whatsoever because I'm giving you my 30-day no quibble guarantee. That means you can effectively steal my stuff. You could pay me, go through the entire program with all the support, the extra call, the Facebook group experience, all the sheets, and still ask your money back just because you felt like it. Now, I know you're not going to do that steal my stuff thing or be that gratuitous taker in that way because, that's just not how we conscious folk roll. But the bottom line, and I really want you to hear, is that there's absolutely no risk to you. And I do not want your money if you're not satisfied. And that's always been the case with my courses. So go ahead and click the Register Now button below and join me in the 2020 Vision Accelerator program. Now, I just realized because this podcast goes out on lots of different platforms, that Register Now button might not be immediately obvious. So you can easily get to it. Just type in beabrillianthuman.com/2020. That's beabrillianthuman.com/2020. Name of the podcast.com 2020. And that's 2020 like the year, not the words. Okay, 2020. Have I made that clear? That's good. So when you click the Register Now button, you'll be taken through to the booking page where you can pay your £247 by card or via PayPal. Now, there's a link on that page. You have to scroll down a bit. You can click if you prefer to pay in installments, and that's just, again, £88 a month for 3 months. You'll just need to enter your email address and answer the question using the drop-down menu right below your email. Now, the question is asking you if you'll be attending the live day or not, which obviously I need to know in advance. So if you need to confirm a few things before you can be definite about whether you can attend or not, don't worry, there's an option for that, and I'll follow up with you before the day starts. So just make sure you go ahead and book. So pick your payment option, PayPal or card, and hit complete my purchase, and you'll be taken through to that payment processor that you chose. It's that simple. Now, remember, if you really want to experience effective, powerful manifesting from a place of aligned wholeness, so in 2020 you start seeing that stuff you want to show up, then you'll have to shift how you work intentionally. Or how you work with intentionality even. So, as I said, I've said this many times, I'm on a mission to help you do just that. And this program is the best and most effective way I know to get you there. Now, we both know you could keep doing what you're doing and getting what you're getting. But I don't think have come this far or stayed with me this long unless what I'm saying is resonating with you in some way. And you sense the possibility of finally being a more powerful and aligned manifestation ninja. And yes, from what I've already taught, those concepts are certainly powerful and no doubt will inform a lot of your future efforts and intention setting, but you know how this goes. Nothing beats implementation. And having a step-by-step approach, which means with my guidance and the help of fellow travelers on the journey, you can learn by the experience of that embodiment and take away the skills and apply them again and again. So that embodiment and the success that comes from it becomes the norm. Well, I mean, let's think about it. That would be a very different world to live in, right? Okay, and also the other thing is, I know there's lots of choices out there. There's lots of approaches. I mean, I've used and taught many of them over the years with varying degrees of success. And, in the more successful occasions for me and others, it seems kind of more of a happy coincidence that the situation coincided with alignment. But do you want to rely on a happy coincidence that may or may not come? Or would you rather have a simple set of tools that line up your system when you choose to apply it? So the 2020 Vision Accelerator, again, is only available for a limited time. So if you want to get access to this unique system, experience the process and apply it to your 2020 vision and start feeling the benefits in your life going forward, then you need to act quickly. If you're ready to have a powerful, aligned 2020 vision that gets results, then your next step is to click that registration now, or click the register now button below and join me in the 2020 Vision Accelerator. Again, enter your email, answer the live online question or the live online event question, and just complete your purchase. Again, if it's not immediately obvious, just go to beabrillianthuman.com/2020, the number. That's beabrillianthuman.com/2020, like the year, and you can click it from there. Now, I can't wait for you to join me, and I'll love to see you in there. Thanks for being with me. I've really enjoyed this series. Make sure you click that button, follow the yeses, and I think that's a wrap for me. That all that remains, as you know, if you listen regularly to this podcast, is to cue the moo.